Z-Line Ninjas. Zipline action from wall to wall. Adult assembly required. The first step to an awesome Z-Line setup is to plan your course layout. Select an area about 4 feet by 4 feet. For a single Z-Line set, we suggest using parallel walls less than 72 inches apart or a corner so that the Z-Line string can be stretched between 2 walls. If an adjacent wall or corner isn't available, or if you're using more sets, you can connect to a piece of sturdy furniture like a chair or a desk instead. And don't attach Z-lines to a shelf unless it is firmly anchored to the wall. Never attach the lines to items that may fall over. You'll want to plan your Z-line course so that the highest point, the start point, is at a height that the operator can comfortably reach without standing on anything. Make sure placement never requires the use of step ladders or furniture to reach any part of the playset. Note that the launch point can be mounted on a piece of sturdy furniture, but the playset should only be mounted on a wall. Once you've decided on the launch point position, visualize a straight line from it to the wall at a downhill angle between 15 and 30 degrees. We'll show you how easy it is to position it perfectly. Note, if you want to set up a chain reaction effect with only a single set, you'll need the launcher to be mounted on a wall. Start the installation with the gargoyle launcher. If you're going to attach it to the wall, you'll be using the 3M command strips, or if you're going to use something else like a sturdy piece of furniture, you'll want to use the C-clamp. 3M command strips provide for secure mounting and finish safe removal on most painted wall surfaces. Do not use on wallpaper, and be sure to check the instruction manual for other info before you apply. Also, if you goof up and place them on the wrong location by mistake, or if you need to remove them, only do so by the method we'll get to in a moment. Prepare the wall clip for mounting by sliding it onto the back of the gargoyle launcher to orient it top and bottom. Next, we'll apply the command strip to the wall clip by peeling off the red label side and positioning it with the white removal tab facing down. When you're ready to apply to the wall, peel off the other side of the command strip and position the launcher assembly an inch or 2 from the wall so you can make sure it's as straight as possible. When you're sure of the placement, gently press the assembly against the wall. Then, slide off the launcher and press firmly on the clip to ensure good contact. If you need to remove the command strip for any reason, do so by pulling the white tab while gently holding on the wall clip until the strip stretches out and removes itself from the wall. If you need them, additional 3M command strips are available at most major retail outlets. Make sure they're marked medium. If you've designed your launch point on a chair, desk, or secured bookshelf, you'll want to attach the gargoyle launcher using the C-clamp. There are 2 mounting rails, one vertical and one horizontal, so the launcher can be slid onto whichever is more appropriate for your installation. Screw down on the clamp to tighten, but don't over-tighten to prevent damage to furniture or the C-clamp itself. Prevent loosening during play by inserting the red stopper. Once you've mounted the launch point, we're ready to mount the playset to the wall. Here's an easy way to place your playset at the perfect height for great performance. Prepare the playset by assembling it and placing the decals according to the instructions in the box or the online videos. Locate the angle gauge tool. Slide 2 wall mounting clips onto the gauge tool with the long side of the clip facing upwards. Apply the command strips, one on each clip, but don't peel off the wall side yet. Next, hook one of the green Z-line strings to the launcher and stretch the string over to the approximate playset location on the wall. Thread the gauge tool with your wall clips onto the line and use the downward pointing arrow to measure the angle of the Z-line. For the best performance, set a downward angle between 15 and 30 degrees. When you've decided on the wall location, slide the tool down to the end of the string. Peel the strips off the wall side, and while still holding the tool away from the wall, straighten it out, referring to the downward facing arrow to level the tool at 0 degrees. Finally, press onto the wall, keeping it as straight as you can. Then remove the gauge tool and press firmly on the wall clips. If you need to reposition or remount, only remove the command strip by using the white removal tab. Mount your playset by sliding it onto the wall mounting clips. Now we're ready to connect the Z-lines, and because we need to keep them taut, we'll need to use the tension cylinder. For maximum performance, one end of every Z-line should have a tension cylinder. The way it works is like this. Open the hole in the center of the cylinder by pressing firmly on the top of it. Then, thread the Z-line through. Note, the hook end of the Z-line can be removed by pulling it off with a twisting motion so you can pass it through the end of the hole. Depending on your design, there are several ways to install the cylinder. It fits in the arms of the gargoyle launcher or onto the swiveling cradle located on each Z-line playset. Gently pull the Z-line taut and then lock it. To use the cylinder with the C-clamp, pass the line through the cylinder and attach the hook. Pull the excess line from the end of the hook and pass it back through the cylinder. Then pull it taut. Connecting playsets is easy. There are numerous places on each playset where you can attach a Z-line using the hook end. However, in most cases, you'll use the Z-line socket connections to link playsets together. Press the socket connector onto any of the pins located on each playset. Most of the socket attachments are adjustable also to allow for different figure heights. There are molded angle indicators located at the bottom of each swivel cradle and under each pin to help you find the best angle when you're connecting one playset to another. The Z-line should be in the middle of these indicators for best performance. Once you've connected your Z-lines, we're ready to launch our first figure. If the launcher's gate arms are closed, pull gently but firmly on the ring string to open them. Place your figure on one of the handlebars. Then, place the handlebar's pulley wheel on the Z-line with the figure's back against the launcher. Gently tug on the ring string to close the gate arms. When you're ready to go, another tug on the ring string releases the figure on its Z-line adventure. Some Z-line sets come with a cool add-on called the C-curve. With the C-curve, your Z-lines can go around corners or zigzag between walls for even more great layout possibilities. Assemble it by snapping the wing mount onto the top of the C-curve. The C-curve assembly can then be mounted to either a wall using the 3M command strips or a sturdy piece of furniture using the C-clamp. Use a Z-line socket connector to attach lines to both ends of the C-curve. The C-curve has a built-in tensioner located underneath it. Tighten up the line by pulling the excess string from the end of one socket connector and stretching it through the guide. Depress the plunger in the center of the tensioner and pull the Z-line through the slot, pulling it to the desired tension. Then release the plunger to lock. Each of the playsets have a collapsing platform or release feature that's activated by a figure impacting a target point. To set up a chain reaction, first make sure that the first Z-line is connected so a figure will strike the activation point and that the second connecting Z-line is attached above the collapsing platform or release mechanism. Have your second figure ready to go, mounted on the platform or release feature with its handlebar pulley positioned on the Z-line. Then you're ready to launch. Any bad guys nearby will get trashed at the same time the second figure is released. You can apply this same principle to create a series of chain reactions with multiple playsets. For more tips and information, please refer to the instruction manual included with your playset.